Most paint manufacturers fail not because they are lazy, not because they lack money, but because they don't understand the system. They think paint manufacturing is about machine. They think it's about big factories. They think it's about expensive equipment. But paint manufacturing is not about mixing. It is about understanding. My name is Coach Glina. I run a paint production business and I train paint manufacturers across Africa and beyond. I have trained beginners, I have trained factory owners, I have trained people who failed 3 times before getting it right. And I can tell you this with confidence. You see, most people fail because they start from wrong places. And the biggest lie in paint manufacturing is this: you need a factory to start. That is a lie. And this same lie has destroyed more dreams than lack of money. People wait for land, they wait for machines, they wait for investors, they wait for millions. Meanwhile, the market is buying paint every single day. Manufacturing is not machine. Manufacturing is control. That is to say, the control of raw chemicals, which are your materials, the control of process, the control of quality, the control of cost, the control of consistency. A small clean system beats a dirty big factory without the right control and order. Paint is not magic. Yes, paint is a system. Every paint has 4 pillars: one, the water; two, the binder; three, the pigment; four, the additive. Now, if you miss one, you fail the system. Wrong order equals to your failure, wrong ratio equals to more failure. The smartest manufacturer don't start big, they start small. The reason is because they learn fast, they grow faster. You see, small badges gives you one, low risks; two, fast learning; three, better quality; four, strong branding. So that is to say, you are not going to make any mistakes because you're just starting small to test run the market, and of course test run your production skills, and of course how your branding is going to look like. I'll say this again and I'll keep saying it. You see, you don't need a machine. All you need is accuracy, the basic thing: a scale, a bucket for packaging, a shifter, a clean water, good mixing, and that is to say, a 100,000 naira startup with knowledge beats a 5 million factory without guessing. I've seen so many factory close up because of the wrong order. They don't know what to do, they don't know the business side, they don't even know the formulation process, they don't know how to go about brand awareness, creativities, and of course, the main thing itself, they don't know how to produce quality paint that is going to last 5 to 10 years and with durability. And then you see the factory being shut down after spending millions of money because of wrong directive. Some of my students started from their kitchen corner, backyard, storeroom, small shop, and today they supply painters, contractors, estate developers. My students are aware. I keep saying it and I will say it. I started from the backyard of my own family house. You understand? And it's a proven testimony to myself when I look at how far I've become. Oh my God, it's amazing. Like, I'm proud of myself. And that's one thing you ought to be proud of yourself when you start with the right order and you start small and you start right as a manufacturer. Also, paint is not just chemistry, paint is a business. And a lot of people avoid the business side because they were not taught properly. You see, the money is in emotion paint, primer for those of us that Of course, you must prime a wall. You understand? And most of the times, you don't see this primer paint in most of your country in the art store. That is the painter store. You understand? So you have to learn how to produce it because painters cannot do without priming the wall. I'm not talking about the normal emulsion paint that people use to prime up. No, the real primer itself. You understand? Other African countries or countries that are not African, of course, when you go to the art store, you're going to see primer paint there. Also, there is money in satin paint. There is money in gloss souvenir paint. Now, there is money in graffites and marble paint because when you go to the market, you just don't see this paint sitting there for you to buy. But contractors need this paint, builders need this paint. What are you going to do? You understand? So that is why you need to get the right knowledge, understanding the process, the system, the order is the basic, and that is what you need. Now, do you know why most people fail in paint manufacturing business? Most people fail because they copy formula. They guess ratio, that is the measurement. They skip the testing process. They rush production. And you see, paint punishes shortcuts. That is why you're going to have fail badge, wasted chemical. And of course, this chemical is money. So will you want to lose all of that because you want to cut corners? That is bad business. But when you understand the system, everything changes. You move from guesser to manufacturer, mixer to producer, hustler to business owner. And this is the system that you need to follow. Now tell me, are you starting from home or planning a big factory? Comment home or factory below. Don't be shy. Let's get to direct you properly. Also, before we continue, remember to subscribe. Don't just watch. Be part of this movement to our amazing Glinafy students worldwide and our channel member. We appreciate you. To our subscribers, thank you for support. To those joining us today, welcome. We love you all. Please give these videos a thumbs up, and your support keeps the channel growing. So that the reason most mixers out there are making lots of mistake is because they are guessing measurements, they are guessing the order, they are not following the right system. They are probably being lost because of too many formulations out there. That is why if you want to start a successful paint manufacturing business, you have to follow the right order. Remember what I said, paint has the business side. If you want to grow, you start small and you want to grow into a factory. You need to understand the business side. See, understanding the business side is not reading a scripture or reading a random ebook. Understanding the business side is learning from someone that has gone through the business side process. Learning from someone that has sold paint in the market. Learning from someone that have succeeded over the years. Knowing how to break through into the market. Knowing what the market wants, what customers want, not just from imagination, because there are two different things. You learn from someone that has experienced all of this, or you learn from someone that is just fabricating, or rather, imagine this is meant to be like this. You understand? So, following the right order determines your success, your growth. So, when you get there, when you eventually want to build your factory, you're not going to be lost. I say a lot of people these days, they have formulation that they cannot use to penetrate into the market. And then when you get others that is priced below your formulation, what do? because you don't know. You've not experienced this before. The only thing you have is just an ebook that teaches you how to produce paint, but it doesn't teaches you how to follow the right order. Hope I'm making sense. If you want to learn paint manufacturing professionally, whether you are a beginner or already producing paint, join our training program, The Zero to Manufacturing. It is where we teach the full system. You can also check our Glinified Paint ebook collection for those who love written formula and expert formulation. The link is in the description. Thank you for watching till the end. Until the next class, bye for now.